Okay guys, it's been a little while since I've done a video. I finally decided to get some work done on this electrical. So, these are my batteries that I chose. Not so much by choice as in, oh yes, I want these batteries more than anything else, as much as these are what I could afford. So, I think just numbers wise, I got these from Home Depot. They're Nautilus X-Side deep cycle marine batteries. And let's see here. They've got 900 cold crank amps, 115 amp hours, and 210 minutes, recovery minutes or whatever, past where you are supposed to drain it to a certain point. You can drain these 210 minutes past that and they still recover. I'm using a Noco Genius charging station thing. It can plug up all three batteries and charge all of them simultaneously and keep them all nice and fresh and perfect. I mostly want to use this for when we're not using the camper and it's just sitting there. It's kind of like a trickle charger in that it'll just keep them all juiced up, and this has special programming to revive a battery that was used a little too much, got a little too low. It can revive a near dead battery. And anyway, just a lot of really good reviews on this, so hopefully that'll... And it's rated for 120 amp hour battery on each one of the three banks. And these are 115 amp hour batteries, so we're right there at the limit. These are lead acid. They are sealed, at least to a certain extent. They have like a mesh in them instead of just the plates. I know lead acid is not the way to go. Before you guys start blowing up my comment section, I hope that these batteries will last me a few years, and then later on down the road, when we have a little bit more money, I do plan on swapping these out for some nice gel batteries. Unless Elon Musk decides to write me a blank check, I don't think I'm ever going to go for the lithium-ion batteries. Just because I can't see spending $3,000 on batteries. I know in the long run they'd be better, but I'm thinking if these can just get me by for a few years, we also couldn't afford to put solar in. So I'm thinking if these can last us a few years, I've got plenty of extra room. As you can see, I'm going to have a wall coming along this line. This is going to be partitioning off the nose section, which eventually the only way to access the nose will be through this big hatch. This will all be closed off in here. This will be the bathroom. So as you can see, I have plenty of room, more room if I ever want to expand and get bigger gel batteries, which I probably will when we put in the solar. I think it'll be more necessary then once we have solar. So I'll probably do all that at once, save up for solar, and when we get ready to put the solar in, I'll upgrade the batteries then. So anyway, this is just phase one. I got these clamps to connect the lines together. We're going to do negative to negative, negative to negative, and the three positives all together. And then connect that to... Oops, sorry, I put it down. Here we go. Connect that to this fuse block that I got. It's a 12-way fuse block. This is rated for 100 amps. And so once the batteries are all connected, I'm going to hard mount this on this wall somewhere nice and convenient and start untangling this rat's nest of wires and get them all plugged into this. Each Each wire will have its own little spot. Hold on, let me take this off. Can he do it one-handed? Yes, he can. How about that? Okay, now you can see a little better. Each wire will come into a little spot there, and each one will have its own fuse. I can set, if I want a 15 amp fuse for the inverters, if I want just a little 2 or 3 amp fuse for the lights. I can put each little thing in here, in each one of these. And I like this one because it has these little lights that if there's a problem and a fuse is blown, that light will turn on. So very quickly I can just come in and take a look and see, okay, it's this one that's blown. I don't have to pull all of them out and check them all. Okay guys, we got these all wired together. As you can see, they're nice and sturdy. Nothing's going anywhere. We went ahead and wired everything negative to negative to negative, positive to positive to positive. So that way, instead of 3 separate batteries, as we're using things and draining power, it'll act as one huge battery, as far as I understand. So instead of 315 amp hour batteries, it's like I have one large, over 300 amp hour battery. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if you guys can see how thick this line is, but I have some people that know a lot more about electrical stuff than I do, and one of them told me that anytime he does anything with batteries this size, he always runs double aught, which if you're buying wire, it would be like a 2/0 or a 0/0. But that's what this is. This is double aught line. It's some big old beefy stuff, but I don't want my lines to overheat. He said that's what he recommended, and so that's what I bought, and that's what I put in here. I have some of my other friends that do a lot with electrical that told me this is like way overkill. I'm okay with overkill. I'm not worried about overkill at all. When it comes to electrical, I'd rather err on the side of caution than try to, be burning up a line, trying to run too much through a small line. So I don't think we have anything to worry about that these wires will ever, have too much of a load on them. Double aught line is pretty intense stuff, but anyway, I'm really happy with how it turned out. And next, I'm going to be jumping around this corner here and start untangling this maze of wires and getting everything hooked up to my little fuse block. So I'm super excited to see how that turns out. All right, see you back in a second. Okay, guys. So here we go. This was a lot of work. It actually went faster than I thought it would, though. Just organizing everything is what took the longest, I think. It takes a little bit more work up front, but man, this is going to be worth it if I ever need to, make repairs or change something up. I'll know exactly where everything's coming in and out. Let me take this little guy off of here. Let you see the inner workings. So this is the negative bus bar up here. There's my negative line, nice big thick. This is a 6-gauge wire coming in to the negative, and then the positive comes in from the bottom. Those will be hooked to my batteries. So there's really only going to be one line coming and going from the batteries to this. And then everything else comes in and out of this. The way I hooked it up, all the negatives come in on this side are from the left side of the camper. All the positives and the negatives up here that match these, all from the left side of the camper. Everything over here is from the right side of the camper. All the positives, all the negatives, and that way I can kind of keep track of everything. Really super happy with how this turned out. I have never done one of these before, and it was definitely a learning process with it, but man, I'm super happy with how this all turned out. I have not I have not installed my second. All these yellow cords over here are for the actual breaker box. These are 3-cord positive, negative, and ground. So these will just be when I have shore power. I'm going to actually install like a breaker box right here next to this. So I'll have all my electrical stuff in one spot. Haven't gotten to that. Kept all my tags so I know exactly what everything is. And then I know it looks like a little bit of a mess up here. Oh, let me stand up. I did go ahead and some of these I could have cut shorter and just had them just be the exact right length to go down into this fuse block. But I decided it would be better, any extra wire that I had, and on some of these I had quite a bit, I decided to keep and just bundle it at the top. In the long run, if I decide later on I want to add other accessories to my trailer, to my camper, I think it'll be nice to have the extra wire to where I could splice something in if I wanted to and not like freak out or worry. I can pull extra line through the conduit if I need to. That's no problem. And I do have a couple of extra spots down here to where I could expand and put other things in later if I want to. So I think I'm pretty happy with how everything's turning out so far. So yeah, a lot of work, but super happy. Next step is going to be doing these big shore power lines and installing my 30 amp breaker box. Okay, so I know that this box right here looks complicated, but this is actually like super straightforward. Like, it's literally, I could explain this to like a 6-year-old. This little son of a gun right here, oh man, this thing's been just like needlessly complicated. I have a new respect for electricians, because this little breaker box, this is like the easiest little beginner level breaker box there is. It literally only has 2 of these little guys, 2 little 15 amp breakers, and they just click in there like that. But setting this whole thing up, I mean, you have to have these clamps, you have to buy, it doesn't come with it. You have to have these clamps. This is my main line coming in from the outside. So when we get where we're going, and there's shore power, we can just run a regular extension cord from the outside and just plug it up right there. And then boom, it comes into this breaker box. And I got 2 breakers, and I'm going to run these 2 breakers. One's going to run to the air conditioner. The other one's going to run to a microwave and an outlet for the kitchen. This thing's going to be so complex. It's like this little thing right here didn't come with it. I had to buy this extra. It's a little ground bar. So you've only got one line coming in, but it's got to power both breakers. So I had to make myself a little loop in the back. And so loop these 2 together, make a bridge, and then this one goes in. So I got 2 lines on this one, 1 on this one. Here's the neutral. All the neutrals from the other ones all come to this part. All the grounds from the other one come to this part. And then the black wires, the hot wires, go onto this in there, that little screw in there. It's just complicated. I don't understand. There's got to be a better way. This is a better way. This is I got this. This is easy to understand. I don't understand why they made this, and it's just going to be a rat's nest in here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just frustrated. I've had to make 4 trips back to the back to the hardware store just to get all these little pieces I didn't even know I need. And then I'll show you. I bought. What if I can do this without dropping anything? Hold on. I bought these little guys. Yeah. Here's the little clamp I wanted to use, right? Because that's all I need for my wire. But no, when I tried to knock out this little hole right here, that's all I wanted to take out is just this little circle right here. No, of course, I start punching this little tiny circle out, the whole dang thing came out. And so now I have to put this god-awful huge, anyway, big old clamp for, yeah, this is, I have a new respect for, oh no. I just sitting here realized I have to attach this to the wall, and right there's my screw to attach it to the wall. You've got to be kidding me. I was hoping I could get most of this wired up before I attach it. Oh, guys, I gotta go. I'd sit here and just mess this whole thing up. I'm gonna have to, oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to pull all this back apart again, install it, and then put it all back in. Yo, I'll make another video here in a little bit. This thing's frustrating the heck out of me. Alright. More updates to come. Okay, guys. Wow. This stupid thing right here. Oh man, I am physically, emotionally, I think spiritually exhausted. Wow. So much respect for electricians. And an absolute deep-seated hatred for the poor, cursed individual who ever thought of this as a good idea. What? Nothing about this makes any sense. Like, I know I keep comparing, but this one comes with everything you need. It comes with the fuses and everything. It comes with everything you need to hook up a whole system, and it's so easy. All the negatives go on top, the positives each get their own little slot, and each little slot has a space for a fuse. You know, positive in, negative out. That's it. That's the whole thing. It looks complicated, but it's so easy. So easy. And then you got this just, oh my gosh. It looks good from the outside right now. Like, I'm almost mad because it looks good from the outside. Like, I'm actually like, but then let's open this sucker up. Look at this just tangled rat's nest of octopus limbs. I don't even, it's just, how are you supposed to get, that little bar just, I hate that little thing. Because you gotta squeeze the little wire into, and then try to screw it, but the screw pushes the wire back out, so you also have to hold it and screw it at the same time. And that didn't even come with the kit. Like, I can almost picture, I went to the store, I bought this box, and I just, you know, I knew I had to buy these separately. But then I was just like, well, that's it. Okay, this is a great, no, man, that's too simple. Here's the idea. We're gonna sell people this box here, all right? And then we're gonna make them buy everything else separate. And then we're gonna include parts they didn't even know they needed separate. And then we're gonna make it needlessly complicated. So that way, they'll just hire an electrician and not try to do it on their own. I know, I understand. That's the whole scheme. Just, well, should we just make it to where the wires can just come in? No. We gotta put these funky little clips on there and make it impossible to tighten them correctly. And what they seat into, we're gonna perforate some holes in some little crescent patterns, and they're all going to try to come loose because we left them open. And the only way to get them out is to beat it with a jackhammer, and then the whole thing's just going to fall apart. That's the way. No, I'm sorry, but whoever decided that this was a good design, oh man, you guys, it's so tiny, and then you put the little cover on, and it looks so innocent and just like, oh, it's adorable. This little thing has taken several years off of my life. I honestly believe that. I feel older. I feel like I deserve a pension or something. Like I don't know what I need. I need like a recliner. I'm sorry to anyone who's actually watching these videos. I'm sorry. I'm just using this as my own personal platform to rant. It's an added precaution. And what's nice about this is you just flip it and okay, now it's connected. If there's a surge or something happens, it trips, and then you don't have to replace a fuse or do anything. You just click it back, and then you're good to go again. Very similar to these, you know, like it trips. Oh, okay, boom, you just click it back on, and now you're good to go. But this is a whole lot simpler than this. Anyway, sorry, I digress. I'll get back to it. What's nice about having this in here, I wish I could remember his name. There's like a British guy on YouTube that teaches you how to do all this, and I learned a whole lot from him, and he said to have this in place, if nothing else, so that if I need to work on this and like change some things out or do anything, I can easily just, boom, it's disconnected. Now this is totally safe to work on. I don't have to worry about getting shocked or anything like that. And, you know, it's nice if no one's using the camper. Just, you know, you want to disconnect everything, save your batteries. It's a super easy way to do it. And a nice little extra safety between the batteries and the circuit board there, the fuse box. So, anyway, rant over. Everything's set. Everything looks great. I'm super happy now that it's over. I'm happy. And I feel like everything's as well organized as a boy from West Virginia can make it look. I might throw just a couple more clips on here just to hold everything in place. And slide those batteries back in, and the electrical is officially done. We're done, you guys. Electrical is finished now. I feel like there's probably more. I don't know. Every time I say I'm done, I realize I'm not done. Okay, but we're coming right along. So this will end this video, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.